This is Jonathan Pratt at Pratt's Fitness, and today I want to talk about 5 ways we customize your program. First, I want to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're going to talk about. We're going to ask prospective members about their injury history. We'll take them through a movement screen, ask them about their lifestyle and goals, and then on a regular basis, we're going to ask them for feedback. First, we ask potential members about their injury history, what currently hurts and what has in the past. For a low back injury or pain, we're going to use the lowest system load. What that means is that we're going to try to challenge the shoulders, arms, hips, and leg muscles with the least amount of external loads, so we're not putting strain on the low back. For knees, we're going to use isometrics. What that allows us to do is hold in a certain position rather than moving the joint through its range of motion. We can still challenge the knees, glutes, and hamstrings effectively. For shoulders, we're going to focus on horizontal pressing like push-ups and horizontal pull rows, dumbbell rows, and TRX rows. Next, we're going to take you through a movement screen. We like to use the functional movement screen in addition to some additional movements. And we're going to look to see if any of these movements hurt. Now, you may have forgotten to tell us about an old injury, and sometimes that pops up in the movement screen. And sometimes there's going to be a painful movement that you just hadn't done that movement in such a long time, and you didn't know that it was painful. We also want to see what you do well and what needs to be modified. There's no pass or fail on this test. We're just looking for some basic, a little bit of help to write your program at the start. We're going to ask you about your lifestyle, and what that helps us do is estimate how much work you can do with us on the first day. If you're regularly weight training and doing high intensity interval training, you're going to be able to do a lot more work and work a lot more intensely than if you've been sitting at a desk for the last few years. Next, we want to know about your fitness goals, and that is going to have some impact on your program. If your goal is strength, we want to do some faster power movement like medicine ball throws, maybe jumps if you're able to do it, some quicker shuffles and agility work. We'll use the functional 6 in every program, provided that the movements are pain-free. And the functional 6 to us is upper body pushing and pulling, hinging at the hips like a deadlift movement, lunge, squat, and loaded carries. But we'll also do some isolation work. If your goal is to lose weight or build muscle, again, we'll use the functional 6, a little bit more isolation work than in our strength program, and finish with some high intensity interval training if your fitness level calls for it. If your goal is to age well or excel in a particular activity or sport, we want to do these faster power movements, the functional 6, and high intensity interval training. Unless you are an endurance athlete and you're already doing a lot of extra conditioning, then that high intensity interval training is going to work well for you. And then if you have a lot of aches and pains and just want to work around getting back to pain-free movement, we're going to try the functional 6, a lot more isolated work at the shoulders and hips, and some additional mobility work. Next, we're going to ask for feedback during and after the sessions and on a regular basis. So at the start of your workout, we're going to ask you, how ready are you to work out on a scale of 1 to 5. If you score low, we might be asking you additional questions about how you slept last night, any stress in your life. Are you having additional soreness, or maybe you have some newly acquired joint pain? We're going to ask you for feedback during the workouts on occasion. Maybe that weight looks too light for you and we need to go up, or maybe you're really straining and we need to back you down. Then we're going to have monthly check-ins and surveys where we're going to send out a text message to find out what your wins and struggles were for the past month. And then every third month, we're going to follow it up with a more in-depth survey. Have you changed your goals recently? That's going to potentially change your program. And then maybe you're going to come in and tell us that you hurt your knee or you strained your back, and we might need to modify on the day or going forward. So when you join us at Pratt's Pro Fitness, the best way is to head over to prattsprofitness.com, click the blue button at the top of the page, and fill out the web form. We'll give you a call to make sure we're the right fit for you.